Okay, we got. What's your name and what did you accomplish this weekend?
My name is Steve McGora. We got Best of Lee Sin at the PPG event. And this is the deck profile. To start off with, we got Lee Sin Legends. Pretty bad, actually. Just tap buff a unit. It's really not that bad. It's basically like Master Yi Jr., except for the main difference is everything's over by +1. So, like, it's a big difference. It's a big difference between the numbers and what people are used to metagaming. And then the champion I played, at least in centered, other units get +2 at my battlefield buffs. It's pretty good, and it helps you steal points and help you contest final pushes. And then the battlefields that I played, game ones, always played Monastery. That's why I think it's like a little bit better in Master Yi, because you have a draw engine, like a row one. And it's always live because you get the buff of a legend. And I play like set, so it's always guaranteed to draw.
Is there a certain battlefield you like to play first?
Yeah,
or
this is the
first
one always blind. And then when I win, play Emperors, die. It's just the same concept as Master Yi. You just bounce little guys to get value from them and replace it with soldiers, because it plays like you'll see the 2 drops where like pretty much all the 2 drops give value. And then game 3, if I'm going, pretty much whenever I know I'm going first, Greatest Arena, get you a point, just trying to cheese.
Okay.
And then the 2 drops, Lonely Poros, because it draws a card, and making it a 3-my unit with Lee Sin's good. And you're essentially drawing 2 with Monastery in this. Pit Rookie puts a buff. Super important in the mid game with Set Brawler, and another mistake it gives you a buff. And then good with Emperor's Die. Skull Crab has 2 drop, draw a card. It's actually not. I don't actually use his hand knowledge a lot. Like, it's not that big of a deal to me. You should really know what you're playing into most of the time, anyways.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I get punch first a lot, but it's kind of hard to play around punch first. Then 3 drops. Fiora is the best one, and in my decks it's a lot different from the orange ones, because when she 1-on-1 she doubles, but with me I can give it immediately a +1 and make it go to 8 without committing any cards, where other people they have to commit cards, or Master Yi has to be defender, because Master Yi's legend lets you get to +2 to defend and it goes to 10, but it's only when defending, so my Fiora is like always 8. Then the next 2-3 drops I place First Mate is just to contest final pushes and make sure you don't lose the game from people trying to hold at 8. The MVP of the weekend, and why I think this deck is hard counter, is Master Yi, is Set Brawler. And Lee Sin, Set comes in with a buff, you spend a buff, get to a +4, so it becomes 8, then you Lee Sin buff it for only 1 energy, and then you spend it, go to 12. So even a Rune Runner with Yi defend trigger plus punch first, we trade, and that's like me committing nothing to it. And so I always win every combat. And then you have Pit Rookie, Set Brawler, you get to go to 16 or 17. So you pretty much won every combat no matter what.
Yeah.
There wasn't a combat I lost, never was set. So that was like the real main difference why this deck, I think, overperformed, because getting 6 wins with Lee Sin is a lot harder than you think in this current meta. The next card is Double Rune Runner. It's just for Diana and other rogue decks. Rune Runner is like the same thing, same concept with like the buff making it go to 6. It's just applying like another aspect of you didn't see the might. Like the 1 might actually surprisingly changes a lot. The 2 Drain Guard. It's to get tempo back from turns where our games I'm not going first, or if someone takes tempo from me. You got to make sure you have it available. This deck draws a ton, so you'll see on average about like over 70% of your deck. So you just have to have access. You just have to hope that your 2-ofs are on the top part of your deck and not all at the bottom, and you'll be fine. Those are the units. The only thing I might change is dropping a 3rd set for a tint 2-drop, maybe like Stuart Poro or Faith Oak. I didn't play Faith Oak because Master Yi is the best deck right now, or like was. It's kind of falling out of favor again. but you can't Fae Folk Master units because they go to +2. So that's why I didn't.
And these are your spells coming up?
Yeah, those are spells coming up, but gotta do runes.
Oh, yeah, about to ask on your split on the...
7 orange because you got punch first and 5 green. Pretty standard. And then for the spells I played, 2 sabotage. I mainly use its utility to get punch first. I neglected a lot of my play patterns to not play it. And a lot of open game steps, like most people do. I think the minus rune is more important than me knowing what somebody's had. Because in this meta right now, people have redundant copies of cards or multiple of cards that are all problems. So I think if I'm like just rune positive, that I'll basically beat all those other decks. But punch first is the only one that matters. So if you're playing against orange, always sabotage. 2 on guard. Only 2 because you can't control combat all the time to whether or not you're going to be 1-on-1. So I don't ever want to see 3-0 them all the time because there's too many combat situations where you have 2 units. The best...
Yeah, the classic.
The best combat card that's not really a combat card, but it is at the same time, is Charm. Because with me, I can Charm literally anything and it'll die because when Set conquers 2, it gets a buff. So even when it goes to 12, it'll go to 17. And so anything that's under 17 will instantly die to Charm. Then another best card, why this green orange is so broken, Defy. You just need it versus literally everything. And I kind of think Lee Sin beats Rogue like really bad. 3 punch first, just the best card in the game right now for combat.
Yeah, literally.
You summon Rune Runner in this game. And 1 challenge, it's like a 4th charm kind of, but you can't always control. Like I really hate game states and where they're not, you can't control certain things. And I think having 2 energy extra to do things is actually kind of hard to do in a lot of game states. So I only played 1 because you still want to round out to about 4 cards of interaction that destroy stuff. 2 Zanyas. One of the problems this deck has was set conquering and it dying really easily. So when you have Zanyas, you just set it, you just hide it and save set. And Discipline, most versatile. 2 cost spell, draw a card, +2. And then for side deck, the Sabotage for Rogue, control decks, and other combat unit decks that are orange. And then for when going second, side in Fiora, Rengar. Then for when going first and then against Diana, another Rune Runner. It's very important just to see it at all times with Diana. The triple disarming rig. I played this over Adaptatron. You think you ought to play Adaptatron because it buffs, but like once again, Adaptatron has to win combat to kill a gear, where disarming rig just comes down and kills it. And then when you have Emperor's Die, you can just bounce it. And once you see 1 with Emperor's Die, you can use it as many times as you want. And to me, Adaptatron is win more because your Adaptatron has to win the combat and then it'll kill a gear. So somehow you're in a situation where they use the gear and they're defending and you won combat somehow. Like that means to me you're wasting resources for that combat to win, then killing the gear. To whereas disarming rig doesn't have to win combat, you just kill it. Then MVP side cards, Dragon Rage. This is for Aurora decks, and I also sided against combat, most of the combat decks, because people all play a bunch of redundant copies. What it does, it lets you move an enemy unit to the same place where another enemy unit is occupying, and it deals damage to each other. So if there's 2 4 mites, they kill each other. And then against Aurora, they have double Elder. You just you kill double Elder with this. And I think this deck actually has a really good matchup against Aurora, surprisingly. And I went X3, and I played the deck because the night before, and like the whole entire month, LeBlanc can't beat Diana. It's like an 80-20. And so one of the worst players in our locals named Kai, he could beat me. He beat me like 100% of the time the night before, and so I decided just to like fuck it. Like Lee Sin probably is still good, and I can get the best of. And so I made the deck at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had to learn the deck on the fly. But honestly, after playing it, and like I think it's actually like a meta contender because it counters Rogue, and it beats Diana too, and it beats Master Yi. It has a really hard time with LeBlanc, but most unit decks do. But yeah, it was really good. And if I had like one more day to play, I actually think I could have got top 8 pretty easily.
Do you remember what you played against?
Round 1, I played against Jax. That was my actually first loss, and I lost to getting double Counter-Strike. I even played around it, but it still wasn't enough because he kept drawing cards from Counter-Strike afterwards. And he had to have Fae Folk in a unit to be summoned on ambush the next turn, and he drew it, and so I lost that. And then I lost to a Master Yi, the new Master Yi deck that holds the experience one. And then the other deck that I lost to, I don't really remember what I lost. The third deck that I lost to, when I beat Darius, the other matches that I won against was Darius, LeBlanc, Draven, Diana, I believe, and I had it written down on my phone, but like, I can't remember. But like the main one was like LeBlanc was actually probably that I beat, but like I played LeBlanc too, and I top 8 the 5K with it as well. So it was kind of like easy to beat LeBlanc because I knew what every choke point and what to do, where traditionally most people don't. Because LeBlanc's actually kind of hard to play with for most people who don't know. They think it's not, but I don't know why they think that. But yeah, that's most of my matchups. And going forward, I actually think it's a really good deck. But yeah, other than that, shout out to my sponsor Ricky and my store that he employs me at, Eternal Universe Games, and he's also my teammate. Shout out to Kai, who is not a teammate, he's just an employee. And then shout out to the people who I went with, AJ, Lucas, Logan. It was a lot of fun. Even if I didn't do good, it was still a lot of fun. I would go to the PPG events again, and it was really rewarding because I got a metal card and I already sold it for like $1,300, and I think if I like actually play tested, I could easily got top 8. And then the next day, I got top 8 anyways with playing my real deck. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank y'all for watching, and feel free to comment and ask any questions that I didn't cover.
All right, thank you.